because I think we probably all have felt fear in writing before, right? Because it's in view, I mean, like there are some really fearless people out there, I think. But as I said, most of my writers are 40 plus, and the really like truly fearless people are usually not in my clientele, and I'm not a fearless person either. So there is fear that comes up, and that we have to deal with, and that we have to overcome, right? So yeah, we have to like really face it, right, and really acknowledge that. So I think you are definitely not alone in this. And what I find is a couple of things. Like, it's a really big topic in my programs. We spent an entire month on looking at fear and how to build confidence and things. So I have to just give you a kind of quick answer today. But just a few little tips. One thing that I find really, really helpful is that you really get a good sense of your own balance. Like, really understand, where is your pelvis in a balanced position? Are the stirrups short enough so that the stirrup supports you, so that your seat at least gives you the feeling that you are safe? And with a good seat, you are obviously safer, right? So that's number one. Like, really look at where your seat position is. Or another one is to take baby steps, meaning that you make everything as safe as you possibly can. I've had riders who've just had an accident and they are really scared to get back on their horses. And then I hold their horses for them, right? And they just have them get on the mounting block and breathe and pet the horse. And then if they feel like it, they get on, even just stay. They're just connecting to the horse. And then, maybe leading a little bit. And so taking it step by step by step, taking it really slowly. And that means that you need someone on the ground that you trust and that helps you in that process, right? So, but that could be a friend or someone horse savvy that can, it needs to be a horse savvy person, right? But like, really building the little pieces of confidence bit by bit, where you feel like, oh, okay, this is actually working, this is working. So do not push yourself too quickly. Make sure that every step on the way that you're taking feels good and you're building up your confidence along that way. And then there are obviously different reasons why we are afraid. Sometimes it's that we are afraid of certain horses, or that we are afraid because we know our horse has a high energy day or something like that, right? So there are also different reasons for that you can take care of by doing more groundwork with your horse and really connect to him on the ground and really understand your horse better. So if it's really your horse, then it's a lot about the connection. The more you feel connected to your horse on the ground, the more you feel he's responsive, the more you will also be able to read him, right? Like, understand what is a tense day, what's going to happen. Is that, like, will he spook of this or that? And you will also start understanding what movements will he potentially do, right? And so that can really help with that, right? So there's really a couple of steps to this. Like, breathing exercise obviously can really help as well. But what I also find is, when people are really afraid, what really still gets them to write is that we want it so much, right? That's such a strong motivator. It's just beautiful when it works and when it's happening. So that really strong motivator is obviously a good reason to really go through the steps and make your way into it and overcome your fear, which is not a small feat, right? Like, overcoming fear is something, but it's also kind of personality shaping, right? I find that with the writers that I've worked with, because they had to overcome fear, they've become a different person for that.